Thank you for the opportunity to share some updated information about the Auditorium project. Foundations and underground plumbing began the week of September the 21st, and major precast outer and inner walls began going up on October 21st. Crews will push hard to get things somewhat enclosed before the winter turns cold. We hope to be open by the fall of 2016. And here it is, in artist renderings, the Washington Area Performing Arts and Events Center in Washington, Iowa. The facility is a fully handicapped accessible 700-seat auditorium with great sight lines and a large stage with a full fly gallery. It's as much for the public as it is for the school. There are multiple locations for wheelchairs, both at the back of the main audience seating area and in the very first row. There are ramps on each side of the auditorium to allow everyone easy access to the stage, no matter what physical limitations they may have. Despite its size, the auditorium is inviting and intimate. And a fine sound system will enhance its many shows and events. So where are we in the creation of this wonderful facility? Well, the bid documents were issued on May 15th in 13 separate construction areas, or bidding packages, because of the various building trades necessary to complete the auditorium project. The bids were returned on June 4th and were opened at a public meeting at the School Administration Building. There were 2 to 6 bidders for each construction package except for one. Some of the lowest bids were truly savings over what we anticipated, some were quite close to what we expected, and unfortunately, several bid packages came in significantly higher than predicted. We were legally bound to select the lowest bid in each bidding discipline, and the 13 lowest bids were totaled to determine the entire project cost. In the end, however, the final bids came in approximately $405,000 over the predicted budget. This was our bidding overage, even after using our bidding contingency of nearly $300,000. So why were the bids high? If you just take a look around the area, you can't help but realize how much construction is going on. When contractors are very busy, they tend to bid higher because they don't need the work as much as when they aren't busy. We had the option to rebid, but a rebid would probably not bring some of the great bid results we received in many areas. Unless we could have changed something dramatically in the design, we could not expect to receive lower bids through a rebidding process. According to Chris Smith, our project manager, we had already reduced the project as much as we could. We also have certain restrictions listed in our contract with Vision Iowa that could not be modified without going back to negotiate with them. These restrictions include handicapped accessibility, 700 seats, and a full fly gallery. And believe me, we did not want to chance asking Vision Iowa for any changes in our contract. Unfortunately, there are some costs that were not addressed in the bidding process. Before we went to bid, we were approximately $150,000 short of the March budget. Plus, we added back $37,000 to restore cuts to the scene shop. Because of our $300,000 bid contingency, the project manager felt safe going to bid with that scenario. He had done very careful preparation, but did not foresee the extent of the high bids. Of course, the question had become, how can we come up with the funds to start the process of construction? Well, the good news was that the school refinanced their loan for the new high school and was able to commit $100,000 toward the auditorium project. Also, the project manager was able to cut $50,000 from the project by changing some of the materials in the auditorium construction. These two items reduced our bid overage from roughly $400,000 to $250,000. But the bad news. Remember, we had to add $150,000 that we were short of our March budget figures, and the $37,000 for restoring the scene shop to its original size. And we ended up with approximately $437,000 to raise. Through fundraising, that figure is now closer to $413,000. If we had chosen to hold off construction, we believe that inflation would have increased the construction costs significantly once again, and we would have had a worse overage than we have now. To guarantee that construction could begin, Ed Raber facilitated a possible bridge loan from 3 local banks through Wedge. We can't thank the banks and Wedge enough for their tremendous faith in us, and we hope to reduce the bridge loan amount as much as possible as we begin this fundraising phase. Hopefully, we will never need the loan. We had already raised over $7.2 million, and that amount of money actually makes the $400,000 seem pale in comparison. So because of the possible bridge loan, the school board was able to approve the bids for construction on June 10th. Of course, financially, we still have to raise approximately $400,000, and the sooner the better. We do not want to add interest payments to our budget. The best news is that the construction budget can no longer go up. We also have a $318,000 building contingency that we hope not to use. Our motto for construction changes is just say no. So what are we going to do to raise the additional funds? We've sent letters or emails to our present donors asking them to consider increasing their donations. Perhaps increasing their donation may move them up the naming rights opportunity list. We have begun sending letters to new potential donors and will be making personal contacts with them as well. This includes individuals and businesses. We are visiting local organizations to update our progress in hopes more people will spread the word and more people will consider a donation to the project. We are also offering several donation options, which we will explain now. To help us cover our current financial needs, the following items that are included in the building project could be sponsored through additional donations. We will post a plaque in the new auditorium listing these sponsors. The acoustical wall panels shown here with arrows will be a tremendous asset to the appearance and sound of the auditorium. They are in the project, but they are part of the list we would like to see sponsored by someone or by a group of people. These are deduct items presently, and will be gone if we can't achieve the necessary funding. They are essential to the acoustics of the auditorium. The Helen Thorne Memorial Scene Shop was going to be cut to half size because we didn't have the necessary finances. However, we took the risk of restoring the full scene shop back into the project because of its extreme value to the students and to the Performing Arts and Events Center as a whole. To pay for this increase, we are hoping that folks who were aware of the contributions of Helen Thorne would donate funds in her honor. Donations of $500 or more will be listed on the memorial plaque. Helen's family has approved this initiative. And before the end of her life, we talked with Helen about naming the scene shop in her honor. She was deeply moved. She didn't think she deserved such an honor, but we do. Also, to bridge our $400,000 gap, we are initiating the opportunity to name seats. This is a standard fundraising technique in many auditoriums, and we hope it will bring in some much-needed funding. For the donor, this will be an exciting opportunity to be listed as a contributor to this wonderful project. Businesses may buy seats as a form of a long-term advertisement. Also, anyone seeking a gift for that hard-to-buy-for person has a real opportunity here. Imagine hearing, in recognition of your birthday, anniversary, Christmas, whatever, a seat has been named in your honor in the new Washington Area Performing Arts and Events Center. Now that's a wonderful tribute. Seats can also be given in memory of someone special whom you wish to honor for years to come. Where did they once sit in an auditorium? How about buying them a special seat in their honor? Some classes have begun having fundraising activities as a group. The class of 1980 has donated $4,000, and we offer that as a challenge to other classes. We hope that these donation options will capture the interest of our present donors, as well as new donors. As you can see, when finished, this complex will flow directly into the floor plan of the new high school. The Washington Area Performing Arts and Events Center will bring all kinds of wonderful new experiences to Washington and all of Southeast Iowa. After 5 years of planning and fundraising, it's exciting to know that we'll soon be welcoming you to this fantastic facility. Please encourage your family, friends, organizations, neighbors, businesses, and alumni to contribute to the completion of this wonderful facility. Explain to them why you chose to donate. That may encourage them to do so also. And thanks for all you have already been doing to make this dream a reality.